he took the mic again.
Locked in a vault, he's spinning numbers like it's not his fault. Glitter suits, gold boots, a sly little dance, but the floor's getting hot. Won't miss the chance. Time to atone. Oh baby, time to own what you done. In the heat, in the zone, crypto's burning lights, a turning time to atone. Yeah, time to own. Yeah. Joe's in the corner with a sly little grin, playing with fire, a game he can't win. Bell-bottom blues and a disco charade, but the flames are alive. This debt must be paid. Time to atone. Oh baby, time to own what you done. In the heat, in the zone, crypto's burning lights, a turning time to atone. Yeah, time to own. Yeah. Bella spins under lights so divine, her secrets drip like vintage wine. Oh Bella, oh Bella, the truth will shine. The groove won't save you this Scott's in a frenzy, Joe's breaking a sweat. Bella's still grooving, but not out of debt. The disco ball shatters, the crowd starts to scream. The crypto inferno, it's more than a dream. Time to atone. Oh, to atone. Yeah, those burning lights are turning. Time to atone. To atone.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the darkest side of the podcast. Got you tonight. We're sitting here with Crypto Inferno. I am your host, Scott. Joining me is Joe. What did you want me to call you, dude? You said something earlier. What was it? I'm not allowed to call you
I'm the CEO of Dead Cat Media.
CEO of Dead Cat Media, because you're walking back on the whole Cosmos DeFi thing that you were for years and years and years, right? That never happened. Are you gonna do that memory hole? That whole
That was not me.
That was you. What someone else?
That was not
And
me.
of course, the coordinator of the chaos, the founder of the feast, the one, the only, the original, the red-headed Belle. How you doing tonight, Belle?
You know what? It's been an exhausting week, but I'm in good shape. Although I do feel a little called out by the intro song.
What? I just write lyrics, I throw it in, and I say, turn this into a 70s disco theme, and that's what comes out. All right, we could have just said, and Bella's back in the booth doing girl stuff. I could have easily went that direction. All right, so you should, you know what? That it is what it is. And that track is also available on the KPOD label. And if anybody would like the track, just simply let me know. give me your Sigya user ID, and that song will be on its way to you as well as any other song that we use on this program. So a lot of stuff that we have to get to. And I was going to start with that plane crash this morning, but I don't think I talked to my guy, and this has been up there 40 years flying these things, and he laid out exactly this is most likely what happened. He started talking about go, no go, and V1, V2, and all this other stuff. Completely lost me. And he summed it up. He said, look, once you got to that point, you're going. All right, whatever happens, happens. But the plane is going to take off. It did. Engine fell off. Wing burst into flame. Wing fell off. Plane came down, and a whole bunch of people. It was a mess. But he did walk me through the entire thing. And it just sounds like a series of very, very unfortunate events and a pilot who just got really, really unlucky. I'm sure that they're going to, pick up all the pieces, try to put it together, figure out what actually happened. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, because that was a lot of destruction, man. That thing was fully fueled. So if you guys have any other questions about that, put them in chat, and I will give you the answers that John gave me. I'm not speculating. I'm talking to a guy that flies the damn planes, and he said this is probably what happened. But
and he's been known to do some crash investigation work as well.
Well, yeah, he's been up there flying for what, 45 years? I mean, a long time. So yeah, he's pretty familiar with what's going on. So anytime we see airline anything, I just call John and I say, hey, what happened? And he tells me, yep, this is what happened. So there you go.
All right. So this is going to bother me if I don't get this one taken care of. Political. I always love to give Scott the finger and hit that like button. And then he tells Braden, don't feel left out. We will give you the finger also. Political, if your mind is in the gutter, it's showing big time tonight. That can be taken so wrong.
A lot of different directions. And I'm sorry if I'm a little coffee and phlegmy tonight. I've been whatever crud is going around. I've had it for about 5 or 6 days now. I'm on the down, the recovery part of it, but it's
same.
Yeah, but it still sucks, man. There's nothing you can do. Just grind it out. And Braden, that little boy that's down there that we pay. We're this close to That's
a clip right there.
It is this little boy that we pay. Yeah, I can't even send him booze. Usually when we hire somebody, I send him a good bottle of bourbon, but we can't even send him booze. He's not old enough.
Yeah, he is now, actually. He turned 21 just a month ago, so he is of legal age.
All right, then we're going to send you over a fine bottle of Jack Daniels Old No. 7. Trust me, this is the best. It's not. That stuff is absolute rocket. But he's a kid. He won't know any. I'm not going to send him a $300 bottle of bourbon. He'll probably mix it with Coke or Diet Coke or something like I don't know, whatever kids do.
You know what? In that case, acceptable.
Well, I mean, Eric the Neck did the same damn thing with that good
I know.
That good Jack Daniels Sinatra blend, and he mixed it with Coke. I was like, what are you doing, dude? We got shitty bourbon up there, man. Just use that.
Even the other kid, Time Slayer, my son actually, was sitting there going, no, when the Neck did that.
Yeah, but it's kind of a done deal. All right, so we got an awful lot to get to tonight right now, and it's I don't know if you guys have noticed, but crypto's kind of in a poopy place. Let me sum up real quick, and then I'm going to turn it over to Cosmos DeFi, and he'll explain it all. But it seems like we always try, from an educational standpoint, we always kind of tap dance around this and why crypto is in the state that it's in, particularly when it comes to altcoins. Crypto zero. All right. This is introduction to crypto. It'd probably be a better term. Here's what happens. All right. When you buy a token, when you buy any token, doesn't matter what it is, you take your real money and you give it to these people, and they give you fake money. They give you internet money. They give you whatever they happen to dream up, whatever that smart contract happens to say, and you're going to hold those tokens. Now, crypto, for at least 98% of the crypto degen world, your only intent, the only reason that you would buy those tokens is in hopes of selling them to somebody else for more than you paid for them. That is crypto zero to everybody out here who just does not seem to get this. You're giving them real money, and you're hoping that you can get more for it. Now, I understand this sounds like stocks. This sounds like any other kind of trading. I get it. But crypto is very, very unique in the fact that there's so much hype speculation and the fact that it was a bubble that makes people seem to look at things a little bit differently. They put aside their reality, they put aside their own common sense and say, no, this thing is going to go up. It has to go up because of XYZ. Now, XYZ never came to pass. XYZ will not come to pass because all you're going to do is continue to give them your cash. They're going to give you their tokens, which they didn't pay for, by the way. They printed them up. So you're giving them a whole bunch of money. They're giving you a whole bunch of tokens, and all your entirety of your being over out here in the crypto market is to sell it for more than you paid for it. That's it. There is no product. There is no organic revenue. There is none of these because they don't have one. All they have is a token. The token itself is a product. That's it. And this is millions of tokens now, not just a few, not just 5,000, 10,000 or 20,000, but we're talking millions that exist out there right now. That is an awful lot of money that you give to people to write a smart contract. They take that money, they put it in their pocket, and they give you tokens, digital tokens. They have no interest in it. They don't care because any amount of money they get for those digital tokens is profit for them. Any amount of money because they didn't have to put anything into it. So just to be clear on that. So before I bring Joe up here and let him shill ATONE, I think it's funny. I think it's fascinating. And I want to see where he goes so he and I can have a little bit of argument. For me, where I'm sitting, it's the most exciting thing to happen to the cosmos in years is ATONE. I'm not buying it. I'm not getting anywhere near this. I got a hunch I know how this is going to work out. But as far as embracing the degeneracy that used to be Cosmos, and that is still crypto, very few things, in fact, nothing out here in the cosmos is doing what ATONE is doing. And whether I'm in it or not, you cannot simply discount the relevance that it has right now from a speculative standpoint. So with that, Joe, are you still with us, Joe?
I don't think I could have ever done a better job than you explaining the state of cryptocurrency. That was pretty dark and it was good, man. I like that.
How's that possible?
Anyone who's tuned in has either tuned out or started crying.
But you're the number 3 voice of the cosmos, dude. You're an award-winning journalist, man. You guys I didn't even make the damn list. So I appreciate that, man. That accolade means an awful lot to me.
That was good.
All right, so let's talk about ATONE for a minute here, man, because what
Sure.
I just mentioned, I believe it. It is the most exciting thing that's happening over here in crypto.
I agree.
Because nothing is happening in the cosmos. So what's a multiplier of 0? Tends to be 0. But in this case, ATONE seems to be breaking that. At least it's got some energy behind it. And there's an awful lot of weird shit going on with this one. So why don't you go ahead, Joe? I know you're the voice.
Sure.
You're the voice of ATONE. You're the one who's actually going out there putting your face on it. So go ahead and do it, man. Let's have some fun.
You mentioned before that these crypto companies, they call themselves foundations or labs, and they don't have any revenue other than to print fake money and exchange it with you for real money. And then depending on how successful they are at doing that, they have a certain amount of runway where they could play around with code and travel and, LARP as business executives and all that. So Cosmos, which is one of the original ecosystems, innovative blockchains when they first came out, the founder, Jay Kwan, along with a second founder, co-founder, Ethan Buckman. Long story short, Cosmos became pretty big in the beginning, and they ended up with 2 foundations, each founder going to their own. And Jay Kwan, who, you could say he invented proof of stake the way it's used, which is a way to verify the transactions in the blockchain and who has what money on the network. He was pushed out of the original Cosmos vision. It has since taken a hard left turn, pun intended, and is now flirting with the idea of providing infrastructure for nation states that will issue central bank digital currencies. So that's where Cosmos is at now. They have a massive treasury because they did their token sale in Bitcoin and ETH. And I believe their treasury is around $350 million. Okay. Each founder got about 10% of the supply, which at its peak, I believe, was about $11 billion. So these guys had about $500 million each in the token. It's great. You could pretty much do whatever you want with that. You could fund your company. Jaquan, who was pushed out, he started building his own network. All right. He's the true wizard behind proof of stake. He kind of became reclusive, just building, doing whatever. He's got actually two different projects that have two different purposes. And ATONE, which you mentioned earlier, is what they describe as the community fork of Bitcoin. He didn't like the direction of the network, didn't like the way governance was carried out, split the network, made his own. That's the background on ATONE. Where do you want me to go from there? And by the way, ATONE is short for Atom 1. So you have Atom Classic on one side. That's the original Atom. That's like the puppy that lost his way. And then you have ATONE, which is like the puppy who grew up and found his way. Now, where do you want me to go from there?
Pardon me. I get it. I'm a little verklempt.
I was there for a week. I get you.
Verklempt. I forgot. That was Michael Myers. Remember that?
Verklempt.
Yeah, you remember that? That's the old name, man.
Verklempt.
Yeah. I think based on that community chat that you pulled me into over there, going on X, and I'm sure I tried their telegrams, dude. I cannot sit through that stuff, man. That's just absolute peak madness that's going on over there. I'm like, you guys are all out.
It's fun.
Goddamn. And I mean, look, I'm a deep.
Have some fun.
I can't even read it, dude. I mean, you go to bed and you wake up and there's 1,100 messages. How am I going to parse 1,100 messages?
Let me sell it. Let me sell it to the audience right now.
Okay, go ahead.
And this was confirmed today. So in order to speak in the chat, you have to be a verified user. You cannot have a cat photo as your PFP. You must be a real person. And if it is suspected that you're fake, you're not allowed to talk in the chat. You could be an observer, but you can't share links. You can't, weigh in on things because it is assumed that you are a bot or whatever the Web3 version of a catfish is. But today, because of this verification process, ATONE has 7 real female participants in the community.
I don't believe that for a second.
And that is the most. They are all verified. Even some of them had to do Zoom chats to prove they weren't fake, trying to steal money from unsuspecting crypto people.
Was it one of those they sent you the Zoom link and then you had to install a little piece of software real quick so that you could actually use it? Was it that kind of Zoom link?
No. Jay had to verify them if he suspected they were fake. And it's basically a way that you could choose to become like a trustworthy, vocal participant in the community. 7 women, 7
oh my
in
God.
one Telegram chat. That's the most.
You know what? They could have 8, but I haven't been invited.
Oh, you don't want none of that.
You don't have to be invited. It's public. I'll share it right after this.
Put it in YouTube. Put it in the YouTube chat. Share it with everybody, man. Bell, just
Can you put links in YouTube?
Yeah, Bell will approve it. Yeah, go
It's
for
called the ATONE Rapture Club. ATONE again. Atom 1 is the name of the network. ATONE is the token.
All right.
It's clever.
Here's what people want to get down to, man. Look, I've been out here doing this shit a long time. You've been out here doing this stuff a long time. Here's what people want to know, and that's why we're doing this and starting with ATONE. So the rumor, which seems to be pretty well verified, is that Jay is dumping all of his Atom tokens, and he
didn't even start yet.
Okay. Yeah. But he's using that money to purchase ATONE. Is that correct?
He has, just to make a point. He bought some of it off the open market with his own money. The price spiked. It has since retraced. It's his leverage against the rest of the people that he believes, or the people who pushed him out of his own company deceptively and are now sitting at the helm of a $350 million treasury that really is probably due to his work as a programmer, as a coder. And that leverage, it's been working. So I don't want to reveal too much. I don't know the details. He is in talks right now with the Osmosis founder, and it looks like there's going to be some type of big transaction going down involving Osmosis. I don't know anything else besides that. You got to get in the Telegram, which I shared in the chat, and I'll reply to your tweet that is streaming this right now. And people can ask for themselves, but you got to be you got to be
But
verified.
I'm not, dude. This is Crypto Inferno, man. All right, I'm not asking. I'm asking for speculation here. All right, this is what we do.
Oh yeah,
people
so
tune in because
the
they want to
unbonded
know
his tokens.
They want to know, will ATONE go up? That's what they want to know. That's it. So let's get to the bottom
Sure.
and
So
figure out if it will.
Let's go right to CoinGecko here, and we're gonna do some maths for you.
Maths?
Is that what the British people, they call it maths or maths?
Oh my God,
I don't
you're out
know.
of your damn mind.
So Atom 1, the community fork of Cosmos, the market cap is $276 million, $250 million. However, on the DEX where you would actually trade for it, there is such thin liquidity that it will not take much if Jay does decide to dump all of his Atom tokens, which are unbonded and liquid, into a liquidity pool. You will see price discovery in a positive way for once in Cosmos.
And that's kind of the unusual thing. But again, this is
extremely unusual for founders to actually buy their own token. Usually they just create it out of thin air and give it to themselves and their friends and then expect everyone else to buy it. And really, not only have I talked to Jay before, I interviewed him on my channel like 2 years ago. This is the other thing that has gotten me interested. He's looking to make a point, but also looking to build something very serious. That was his original vision when he got involved in this technology in the first place.
We're talking project. Can't you text him and just tell him to jump on? Bell will share the link. I would love to talk to him. He's a nutter, man. I would have such a good time with that.
Good luck.
No,
good luck going through. You got to go through layers of handlers.
No,
because he is not a public guy.
No, yeah. I mean he's an actual no, and I get all that.
When I interviewed him last time, he sat in his house in a place in his house where the sun was like reflecting off of his face, so you could barely see him, and he definitely did it on purpose.
Okay, well, you know what? Hey, look, we can do the whole interview from this screen. You guys see this one? There you go. We'll put Jay on. Go ahead and do the Jay voice, and I'll just pretend I'm interviewing Jay. So Jay,
I can't do
tell
Jay
me
voice.
why are you doing this, man? I mean, I got to ask, and I'm asking on behalf of the entire crypto community. What the fuck, man? All right, Atom doesn't do anything, and ATONE is going to do even less. So what point are we trying to make here? I could do the whole interview like that, dude. I think it'd be fine.
All right. I'll drop it in the chat. I'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
He's a good interview. Super smart. Very aware of what's going on in the space. And obviously, you know, you could say crypto's all gambling and stable coins.
It is.
But at its core, the actual concept of blockchain is the interesting technology, and he's responsible for that consensus mechanism that the Cosmos chains use in order to sell tokens.
Look, this isn't what I wanted to talk about tonight, dude. I was all fired up for this because I said me and you were going to go and hit it.
Well, you started with let's talk about a plane crash, and then you basically told everyone not to buy crypto.
And I had to mention, I'm not telling you not to buy crypto. I don't give a shit what you do. What I'm asking you specifically, Joe, is should people buy ATONE?
I would never tell people what to do with their money, but if you like volatility, at least watch it. I did buy some. I don't know if I'm up or down. I'm probably like pretty close to where I think I started buying it like $1.40. It's like $2.25. I bought some because, like I said, the founders buying the token has pledged to buy more of the token. The liquidity is very thin. We've seen what volatility looks like in the downward direction.
Yeah.
So for me, it's math, and of course, there's a little bit of
Let me.
I have some gamble in me. I gamble.
All right. Let me pivot this a little bit. What does it do?
Sure.
What does it do? If I asked you and you said, "Yeah, you should buy ATONE. Take a look at this volatility. It's a lot of fun." And I ask, "What does it do?" How would you answer that? Go ahead, Joe. I'm going to.
I can't answer that. I don't know.
I mean, I asked you a question. Very, very simple question.
Sure.
The fuck does it do?
No idea.
Okay, there we go. And I'm going to give you another round of applause because I don't think you could sum up crypto any better than that. What does it do? Fuck, I don't know.
It's like a stock that has zero assets on the books and zero revenue, but there's an idea that is tantalizing to a select few. That's how I would describe most tokens. ATONE, I don't want to say the wrong thing. It is not the gas token of the blockchain. There's a dual token mechanism.
What's that other one? Is like Proton or some shit like that.
You need that to transact. So ATONE, I'm guessing besides governance, it's going to be a liquidity token on the chain. That remains to be seen. It's I'm guessing they're negotiating for the DEX right now with Osmosis.
And this is one of
Osmosis,
those, to get Proton, you got to burn ATONE. Is that kind of how it works? Some shit like that.
Yeah, there's an app. You just swap it, so it's a one-way burn, and then you get some photon, and you only need a couple bucks, $1 or $2, and you're good with that. But however, as our mutual friend likes to say, liquidity leveraging, there's even less liquidity for photon. Like I'm looking at Osmosis right now. ATONE has two main pools that add up to $1 million, which is nothing.
Wait,
when the market cap.
Go back. So it's $1 million with the market cap. What'd you say, about 370?
270.
270. So $270 million market cap, but it's got a $1 million liquidity pool that only exists
That's what
in
I'm
this
seeing.
one location. Yeah. All right. So it is worth absolutely nothing. It is worth less than nothing.
It's worth what the liquidity is.
It's
if everyone's selling it.
It's mantra. Remember, $6 billion market cap and no real things, and then one little thing happened, and that son of a bitch dropped off.
Yeah, but they had at least liquidity on centralized exchanges, where here the only liquidity is in these couple of shallow pools on Osmosis, and Photon, Lord Jesus, Photon has less than $100,000 worth of liquidity.
You're fucked, man. Chihuahua has more than that. Chihuahua has
which means. But here's the thing. If someone is going to buy it, it's going to move. You're going to know right away. Right.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to, let's just say I want to buy $1,000 worth, there's going to be slippage on that, I would imagine.
Yeah. There's going to be slippage on top of the swap fees, man, because even
not
at
much.
That,
so
you're still looking at, what is that? I'm trying to think, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. So you're still going to get some IL on that, or some slippage on that. Absolutely. Well,
I shouldn't call it slippage. It's price impact. It's price discovery, because
it's slippage.
When your token only trades in a liquidity pool, you get true supply and demand for that moment in time. And if there are only people buying, it's going to go up, not exponentially, but in the beginning, it's going to go up.
Okay.
In a hurry. And then it'll taper off.
So let me because again, you are the voice of the cosmos. And hey, number 3, dude, I didn't make the list. Not that I'm bitter. 7 years, Bell. We've been out here 7 years talking about Cosmos shit. And they do the top 25 Cosmos influencers, and we didn't make the list. Fuck you.
Nope.
Doesn't matter. So here's the kicker, man. Let's I'm gonna pretend you're Jay for a minute. Who holds the vast majority of ATONE?
That I don't know.
You did dick for you're the voice of ATONE. You are the atonement. All right. You're Cosmos atonement. That's who you are right now. And you don't know who holds the goddamn token. You don't know who holds the bulk of it.
I know about a third of it is staked, so a third of it is out of circulation.
Fine, but it has an unlimited supply, so it really doesn't matter how much is staked, and we can't really even base it on that because it's got an unlimited supply, same as Atom. So, okay, so
I don't really know how to read these wallets, but it says there's a bonded tokens pool. I'm guessing that's the staking amount. So that's the biggest chunk is staked.
Okay.
The biggest chunk.
So who holds the unstaked? That's the ones that we care about out here. Who holds the unstaked?
It was airdrop. There was a huge airdrop that went to a lot of wallets. So there was an effort to distribute it. I don't know if it was gamed. I don't know if the team got the majority of it. I don't know. I'm guessing if the team got the majority of it, maybe there's some vesting. Otherwise,
sure.
Why would Jay need to buy it? He could do what everyone else does, just sell it. I mean, he could probably pull a couple $1 million out right now if he wanted to, but he's not doing that.
Okay, and you know for a fact that he won't do that.
No, I don't know that. Okay. I said I have some gamble in me.
You ain't got that kind of gamble. All right, let's take it.
I mean, I bet on the New York City mayor race.
Well, that was
that didn't go.
That was lowball, dude. That was. I hope you won that because come on, man, this thing is got. You guys are so fucked out there. You're all the
No,
way down.
so what I did was I bet against the polls. My biggest bet was that Mamdani, he was polling at like 44%. I took a bet with, I think it was 11. The lines moved. It was 11-1. I took the other side of it, that he would get less than 40% of the vote,
Oh
which
my
I
goodness.
thought was a decent bet in a three-way race. At the time I made the bet, he was polling like 44%. And I said, look, I know the polls are wrong. They're usually wrong in favor of the Democrat candidate. I think he's going to win, but I will take the other side of this because I'm getting 11-1. In other words, if this went down 11 times, I only need to win once to break even. I took the odds. I lost my $100, and that's that.
And he's your boss now, isn't he? Because you work for the New York City.
He'll be my
Public
boss,
School.
yeah.
He is
Can't wait.
absolutely your boss, man. So
He's my boss.
and he's going to seize the means of production because he already said he was going to. He can't do any of this shit. By the way, this is just campaign shit. But
Yeah.
let me get back to it, and we could talk about New York and election if you want to do all that because I already know how this is going to go. This is not my very first rodeo. All right, so ATONE is paired with what? What are the pairings for the ATONE pools?
Atom and USDC.
Okay, so Atom is already going to fuck them all the way up and down because Atom is as a token, as an ecosystem, as any kind of reality check. Sure, it could maybe get back to 3. I don't care. I won't be there. It doesn't matter. But essentially, ATONE does exactly the same thing that Atom does, which is nothing. It does nothing. It generates no revenue. Is there anything over on the ATONE chain? And I know they got validators over there because you got to stake somewhere. One, is there anything being built over there? And 2, what is the purpose of the ATONE token?
You already asked me that.
Yeah,
I don't know. What I don't like, I'm looking at the validators now. There are 100 validators.
Okay.
And my big thing with crypto is the validators don't do anything. You could have a blockchain with a single validator. You can.
Yep.
And you could increase that if you feel like there's a benefit to it, but there's diminishing returns once you get beyond, I would say 6 validators probably, right? You were a validator. Would you say going from 6 validators, let's say 3 validators to 6, gives roughly the same or more benefit than going from 6 to 12? Probably, right?
Probably, yeah.
6 is enough to at least get some geographical decentralization. And usually the top 6 validators have most of the voting power anyway. So you might as well just have 6. And that way you don't have to pay 100 validators out of inflation. I hate paying validators out of inflation. It's a losing move. And it's the first move when you launch your chain because the whole thing is set up to pay inflation from the get-go. And then instead of revenue, you're diluting all your holders by rewarding validators for doing, you're rewarding 100 validators for doing what a single one could do. And speaking of the validator set, I don't like that some of the same validators are validating for ATONE as are validating for Atom. To me, you're only as strong as your worst validator in terms of ethics when it comes to governance. And there are some validators here that, in my opinion, are not good actors. So
Well,
that's one worry.
It's for me personally. No, I don't really care. And I've heard the argument all the way up and down. Bell, that popped up, by the way. Everybody sees that. If you guys are using the chat when I'm not here, you understand it pops up on the screen, right? So, okay. Yeah.
I don't care if anyone sees that. I mean, come on.
Well, I don't know what you're sending Joe. You could be, Scott's a dick. You could, that one, you can go ahead and just say it. So, look, I've heard the validator argument on any of the proof of stake over here. I've always heard it. Look, it's not the amount of validators that are really going to affect a chain. Honestly, it really doesn't. It's the amount of tokens that are staked. And whether you have, let's just call it even, 10 million tokens staked across 100 validators or 10 million tokens staked across 6 validators, you're still going to have the same amount of tokens staked, period. The thing that affects governance out here in the cosmos so extreme is the Genesis delegations. Now, these are the delegations
100%.
that nobody paid for. All right, the founders didn't go and take cash and turn them into tokens and give them over to the validators, so like they're holding their money. These are just tokens that they typed up and printed, and then they exist. They're not backed by anything. So it's really, really easy to give massive Genesis delegations to all of these, your top 5 validators, your friends, your preferences, and make sure that they're going to vote your way. Anybody can vote their tokens. And if you're letting your validator vote your stake tokens, you're doing it wrong. Right. You are doing it wrong. But
it's leverage voting. I call it leverage voting.
Yeah, but there's no amount of personal stake tokens that are going to overcome these Genesis delegations.
Absolutely not. And they keep getting more freebies.
Happen.
That's the thing. If you keep giving things away for free, it has no value. And at the Genesis, the tokens are given away for free. So you're basically saying everyone gets these for free arbitrarily because they were here on the first day. Everyone that comes after that will have to pay more and more and more and more. That doesn't register with me at all.
No, it doesn't work mathematically.
I don't like airdrops for that reason either, because the whole goal of an airdrop is to get participation onto the chain. You could just wait for the chain to launch, and all those tokens that you were going to allocate to an airdrop, let's say for your testnet or whatever, you could wait till the chain launches and use that allocation to incentivize behavior that your network deems valuable. And that's not what they do. They give the tokens away to farmers, and then the airdrop gets dumped at the same time the Genesis tokens get given away, at the same time blocks start getting minted and people are selling the staking rewards. Listen, I talked to one of my friends in TradFi, very good trader. His positions are always great. And we're talking and he goes, all altcoins are going to go down to zero. He goes, all altcoins will lose ground against Bitcoin. And that's just how it is. And I always try to rationalize it like, well, why is that? It's because tokens get sold before they're bought. Whereas with proof of work, it's the opposite. There's an expenditure that brings tokens to the network that has a cost. And the miners are doing this, and they don't have an incentive to sell at a loss. They could be selling at a loss. They have an incentive to hold until prices are favorable. This creates a balance. With proof of stake, tokens are always sold first, which means they could only go down. That's why with these liquidity events, the downward candle is always bigger than the bounce back, because tokens are continuously sold. And that you need a massive supply squeeze to reverse what happened, let's say, on October 10th. So
and yeah, that's specifically why we built what we built, the way we designed the model, our own personal economic model. In this case, we're talking about Sigia Cloud and the fact that we have to purchase Jackal tokens for Sigia Cloud to function. But, you know, there's maybe 1 or 2 chains that are actually doing it right, that actually have products that actually generate organic revenue. And I'm sorry, look, Atom isn't one of those. ATONE isn't one of those.
No.
All of these other things.
ETH is definitely one.
ETH is one.
I'll go ETH. Can we name 4 and then we could go from there?
Sure, 4.
ETH is one. Base is another one. Solana, you could say what you want. I think they fake a lot of their network activity, but it does generate revenue. Whoever pays for that, they're funding a lot of the activity on the chain. And then I would say one that's off my radar, and my friend put it back on my radar. You can't ignore Binance, Binance Smart Chain. You can't ignore what they've done there. Maybe the most successful chain in terms of longevity, activity, revenue, price, action, besides ETH. So
yeah, because
those 4, and there's not many others.
Because whenever Binance is falling off, Fucko goes and comes up with some kind of new scam, blows the market up, nukes the hell out of it with these big ass red candles, blows up all of these fucking tokens, takes all the revenue that they have, and use that to buy back their own goddamn token. That's how that thing can continue to fucking go up and survive.
But here's the thing: as long as someone's buying
the rest of the market,
as long as someone's buying, it's better than what's happening elsewhere where no one's buying.
Not disagreeing.
If we're all going to call these things assets, they have to have value.
Yeah.
If they have value, that implies people are willing to buy at a certain price. If tokens keep going down, that means there's never a point where more people are willing to buy at a certain price than are selling. And by lowering the inflation, you're delaying the inevitable. And a lot of these tokens, I thought, I was naive. I thought most of the networks, or not most, I thought like a good percent, like 20, 30%, were going to be gone by now. We have 5 times more chains or 10 times more chains than we had 2 years ago. It's going to be horrible because it's possible to dilute the space so much that even the good chains can't get traction because there's so many distractions and so much dilution.
Well, yeah,
out
but
there.
we were talking about, me and Bell were up here talking about this shit 3 years ago. We were saying we're going to dilute ourselves into nothing.
Yeah, so you were before me. I thought that at the bottom of the bear market, I thought teams would start consolidating, because when I say dilution, I don't just mean with the liquidity. There aren't enough developers to build things on 1,000 chains. There aren't enough founders that are good to come up with 1,000 unique ideas. You're better off having more people working on less chains, and then you have a shot. And that happens in regular business cycles as well. You have, prices start to bottom out. Someone acquires somebody else. Now there are less players in the industry. You have some pricing power. You cut the losses. You have more talent working on less projects, and then things start to turn around. With crypto, we're still not even there yet. Yeah, we got some lawsuits. We need more, what do you want to call it? Culling? What would you call, what is it called when the, so in science teacher terminology, the carrying capacity for crypto was reached 3 years ago, maybe 4. We've overshot the carrying capacity. And then once resources get depleted completely, there's a huge crash of like 90%. And that happens in nature. So I don't expect anything different to happen on chain because it's logical and it plays out over and over and over again in all these different systems.
And it's going to continue to do that, dude. Again, look, let me get it back.
I think it's not happening enough.
Let me get it back on point. I
enough.
love these, philosophical discussions because you're right. I'm right. We're right. Everybody's fucked. You're all fucked. All right. You're all fucked. I know you don't want to really hear that, but there it is.
No, everyone bend over.
Just get used to it. But this is the ATONE thing. Let me sum up what's going to happen, and you can agree or disagree, and we're just going to simply have that discussion. All right. So for the ATONE token, which does nothing, by the way, it's a whole new chain. I get it. It's new. It's fresh. It's unique. It's beautiful because that's crypto, and we love anything that's new.
And it's memeable. And we missed that part.
It's absolutely
memeable. A good meme cuts through everything you just said.
And it does. Yes, I completely agree. Make Your Cat meme, ATONE. We made songs. We have MP3s. You get available on the KPOD label. But what I'm getting at is it doesn't do anything. Atom itself doesn't do anything. I get it. Gas. Oh, it pays gas. It doesn't do anything. All right, let's not get nuts here. ATONE does even less because you can't even use ATONE as gas. I don't even know.
And you're talking about the token specifically.
Yes.
I'm in no position to size up the chain against other chains. From a technical standpoint, we got Reese in the chat.
Yep, and Reese has dropped an explanation of what ATONE does, so I'll read that later.
Okay, no, go ahead, Belle. You got big screen. Read it right now before I go on my rant.
All right, so coming in from Reese, from earlier, what does ATONE do? It's a smart contract network, which is actually sick and lets you build real apps with normal programming languages, like websites on chain. They have a social network as well, which is an X replacement. What's the value? I don't know, but it's there.
Okay, perfect. We know what it does. Crypto has had how many years to build apps? I'm talking to Reese right now. We've had how many years have we been out here to build apps? How many apps, Reese, crypto apps that are not wallets and not DEXs? How many crypto apps are on your phone right now? Because this is a very important question. For years and years and years, Belle and I have been out here just banging our heads off our own microphone saying apps not chains, consumers not investors. We've had years and years and years and years and years to do this. How many are on your phone right now? I'm asking you very specifically. How many apps, crypto apps that are not wallets or DEXs are on your phone? Now,
Reese responded with a goose egg.
Goose egg. So while ATONE might be wonderful, and it is the second coming of crypto, it is the new crypto going forward, it still fails in the very, very basic premise of business. Business is very, very simple. A single sheet of paper. One side says income. How much money are you earning? The other side is expenditures. How much are you spending? Now, when you have no apps and the only income that you have is people buying your token, you understand how this is a recipe for absolute failure here, right? It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when. People get bored, they move on to the next thing. Everybody out here mimics everybody else. Whatever's trending or going up a little bit now, you're going to see 15 clones inside of 30 days. We've seen that over and over and over. So while I appreciate what they're doing over there, I didn't even know, Reese, and I appreciate it. I had no idea that's what they were doing. But my next question from that would be, great, where's the apps? Because there aren't any. And even though you keep making new places to build apps, that is crypto everything. That is effectively every L1 that exists out here. A great place for builders to come and build apps. But guess the real truth here. It's going to suck. You can clip this, Joe. This is the part. It's easier to build an L1 than it is to build an app and get people to use it. Now, that is very, very important. Get people to use it. You can build apps all fucking day. And if nobody's using them, then your income, this part of the front part of the page, is zero. And your expenditures go up as you build more and more and try to support the apps that nobody's using. That's crypto. So, yes, I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm sure it is very, very novel. And it's the place that everybody's going to go. But the reality is that nobody's going to go there because there isn't a single swinging dick out here that actually knows or has even asked the question, what do people want? Because honestly, if you're going to build an app, I'd start right there. What do people want? And all the time I spend on crypto Twitter, and I'm sure Joe does, and I know Bell does, nobody ever asks that question. A very, very simple one. I'm going to build something using blockchain technology. I want to solve a problem. What problem are you having that I can solve for you? Because we don't do that in crypto. We invent a solution and then we seek a problem. We create a problem for the solution that we made and nobody fucking cares. Token goes down 95% all across. Bell's holding up her hand. What, Bell? Do we got to go ahead?
This does happen in Web 2 as well, guys. Believe it or not. We'll get into that. Yeah, I'm assuming we're coming up on break, and we'll talk about that after.
All right.
Let me chime in before we cut out of this because she's right. Absolutely, this happens. Listen, biotech, any industry where they're bleeding edge, and they have to develop something that's profitable before they run out of money. The difference is that in crypto, the founders are able to sell directly to retail. And in the real world, in the Web 2 world, in the TradFi world, there are guardrails there that prevent inexperienced investors from getting fleeced with these brand new out of the gate products. That's the distinction, but I don't disagree at all with what she said.
Yeah, Joe, we'll talk about one of the products looking for a problem to solve as soon as we come back. This one's hysterical, in my opinion.
Okay. I'm sorry. I had to queue up this next song, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Well, thank you. If I can get the button. All right. Well, thanks. We're going to take a very, very short break. Very, very short song. Again, all of these songs are available on the KPOD label. All you got to do is give me your SIGA user ID. I have hundreds. I will share them all with you. It doesn't cost me nothing. It didn't cost me anything to make them. So it certainly doesn't cost me anything to share them. But we will be right back with your questions, your comments, your concerns, and we're going to get into a little bit more of this right after this break here on the KPOD network. I'm sorry, on the podcast on the KPOD network. Sorry, I'm rusty. We've been away from it. Be right back, guys.
Yeah. Cracked mirror in the bathroom, ghost in the sink. Blood on the floor, drip drop, I can't think. Mine's a scrapyard, every thought rusted. Trust is a lockbox, but the code's busted. Head spinning, Ferris wheel with no brakes. Snake in the garden, every friend's fake. Built a castle out of pain. Walls harder than a hammer to the chest. Built to survive, but I'm failing the test. Life's a chessboard, pawns get sacrificed. Rooks got crooked, kings paid the price. Burn bridges like the path, ashes in the air. Demons in the corner, sitting in my chair. Every smile's counterfeit. Mask on my face, trying to win a marathon in the dead end race.
Broken glass shards on the floor. We can't go back, not anymore. Every cut tells a story, every scar's a map. Two hearts lost in the aftermath.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, Reese, welcome back to Crypto Inferno, and thank you. We had a lot that we were going to get into. I let that one run. I apologize for that. That's on me. And by the way, for those who are, if any,
It's because you turned into this.
we had live for a while. I'm a little rusty, and we got Joe on, so of course we're going to run far. We never finish the way that we started, and the shit gets all over. And by the way, that little transition screen, Sigya, Reese, that's a Web3 app. You can put it on your phone right this second. The irony of that, Joe, and we got some feel-good stories we can get into the sunny side of the podcast. I'm reading the messages that these guys are talking about when I'm not here. So I'm the only one who's actually on camera right now. They are, but they have monitors so that they can help themselves out. I don't have any monitors. I have to sit here and talk to the cameras. It's tough being first chair, man. I don't know what to say. But the irony of this, a lot of this is we actually are the ultimate privacy app. All right. I know privacy tokens. Those are the Zcash. Oh my God, look, privacy tokens. We're actually the ultimate privacy app. I mean, 100%. The privacy app. You could say what you want to who you want about what you want, and you don't have to care what anybody else wants because nobody can see it. And for a space that prides itself on privacy and ethos and getting away from big tech and getting away from the man, now that it's actually here, I can't get crypto people interested. Not even close. We have been out here for months and months and months. We have 267 beta testers. That's it. That's all we've managed to acquire through the time we've been pushing the ultimate Web3 privacy app that can be on your phone right this very second, Reese. No problem. But for a space that prides itself on that, when something actually shows up, yeah, they don't want to use it. They don't trust it. We got the prototype. So you talk. That's part 2 of this. The prototype is sitting up right now. Imagine being able to text, share pictures, share files, share everything with all the ease that you get from Messenger on your iPhone, with the same fit, the same feel, the same format, the same everything. But nobody in the world can see those texts. We can't even see them. We just process them. But we can't even see them because they're encrypted, client-side encryption off your device. We can't even see this stuff. But now that's it. We can't see anything. We don't want to see anything. We are striving and killing ourselves to bring privacy to a space that prides itself on privacy. But the real fundamental truth about crypto is that they don't care. They want token go up, and that's it. It's not about this really cool new platform called ATONE where it's super easy to build apps because nobody out here has any idea about apps because they simply never asked anybody, what do you want? I'm doing this for me, doing it for Bell, doing it for Joe. We're huge privacy advocates. We believe in this ethos, core, all the way down. So we went ahead and built it. We hope we can get other people to use it. But this is a legitimate problem, and we're a legitimate solution for it. and we cannot get traction in the crypto space. That's why Bella and I spend all the time on the road that we're spending on the road, going to Web 2 conferences and hitting up these people who are actually looking for something exactly like we have. But you're not going to find it in crypto. They want to know if token go up. Let me tell you about ATONE, because this is the ATONE stream. The more Jay dumps his atom and buys ATONE, the more people are going to be selling ATONE on him. It doesn't matter the ethos. It doesn't matter how cool it is, how easy it is to build apps over there using plain language, not having to know crypto, but you can still build apps. It won't matter, bro, because nobody has any app ideas. They are afraid of competition. We're competing against Dropbox. We're competing against Messenger. We're competing against all of the big tech, because we are a legitimate privacy solution, and we believe that there's a hill worth dying on, and it's this one. But as far as anything else, those are the two problems. One, you have no idea, and two, you never asked anybody. I would start right there. As Jay liquidates his atom to buy more ATONE, token will go up, and people will care as long as token continue to go up. As soon as token no longer goes up, everybody's running through the door, running for it. Have you heard of the Nash equilibrium? Joe, have you heard of the Nash equilibrium?
I feel like you ask me this every single time.
And you never,
it's zero sum.
And you never looked it up, did you?
Zero sum game.
All right, let me sum it up real easy. Me, you, and Bell are all in a rowboat. All right, we're not. We just happen to be stuck in a rowboat together, but we're not exactly a team. As long as
Could be worse.
As long as the three of us are rowing the boat the same way, the boat continues to go, right? And that works. We've found our equilibrium. As long as we all go the same way, the boat goes the same way. Belle decides she doesn't want to go that way anymore, and she starts paddling the other direction. What happens to the boat? As long as the two of us are rowing harder than Belle, then the boat keeps going. But Belle has now broken the equilibrium, and the boat is not going as fast as it does. You get tired of rowing, or I get tired of rowing. And then we decide, fuck it, we're going to row the other way now, because what's the point? And then eventually all three of us just jump out of the fucking boat, and that boat, it just sits there and dies. That is a very, I get it. Don't bust my balls. I know they made a movie on this stuff, but that's a very brief summation of the Nash equilibrium. ATONE is in the Nash equilibrium right now. As long as you have the promise that Jay will buy that token, because it doesn't do anything. It has no purpose. It's no different than Atom. It's no different than any fucking crypto out here from an investor's perspective. I'm not saying technically it's not different, because the fuck do I know? Reese is a programmer. He's very good at this. I don't know shit about it. But I do understand market forces, velocity of money, and market perception. And that's what matters here. As long as Jay has those Atom tokens that he has threatened to sell to buy ATONE, people are going to hang around. As soon as that stops, that token goes to zero, and it runs there super fast. It's still printing inflation. They still have value. You can grin, Joe. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. This is it. You want to know what makes it go up? Dig in. Go to their Telegram. Find out if this nutty fucker is actually going to liquidate all of his Atom, which has much bigger liquidity pools than ATONE. We've already looked. There's about $1 million in there. That ain't shit. So that's the only promise. That's the thing that'll keep people rowing that boat the same way, is the fact that Jay's out there with as the lighthouse saying, come to me, my child, come to me. When you make it, everyone's going to be great. We're all going to get rich, because that's how it works in crypto. So just come to me, my children. Everything's good. Just keep row, you bastards. You're going to get there. People are going to get tired. A couple people are going to jump out of the boat. Eventually, everybody's going to jump out of the fucking boat, and there's going to be nothing left there but dust and a story. But from an investor's perspective in crypto, it's beautiful, because it's effectively the only goddamn thing in Cosmos that's going up, and people notice that. That's my explanation of it. You want to know what makes it go up? Your belief and your willingness to take a gamble, because that's what it is. Until this moment, I didn't even know what it did, because for all the talk and the memes and all that other shit, you know what they never talk about on ATONE, Joe? What it does. You didn't know what it does. Reese had to tell us what it does. Until now, did you
Stop it. I lost interest in utility. I just want to know When moon.
And I just explained it to you. Do you have anything to add to that before we get to questions? I got a hunch we might have one or two.
No, there's nothing to add. There's too many things out there that are too similar. There aren't enough customers willing to buy products. There aren't even enough customers willing to wait for a product to be developed. They've gambled all their money away. When something good does come along, people are strapped for liquidity, and you got devs selling things to other devs at the same conference, funded by, you guessed it, inflationary rewards. So, yeah, no, I mean, this is actually a really good. I don't know if you want to go on this for a while, but we do it every time. It's fine with me. We haven't done the live read, and our sponsor really wants us to get it in the first hour. I don't know if you want to. You want to do that?
We got to. Hey guys, look, man, we got to pay the bills just like everybody else.
Got to pay the bills.
All right, I'm a huge validator. All right, I got validators on every chain. I do it to support the chains. I don't sell the tokens. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But we do got to pay the bills. And Joe's got something here, and then we're gonna get to your question. So Joe, go ahead. Tell us about our glorious sponsor. Go for it.
Our newest sponsor, guys, is the Bag Hodler Buggy. That's right, crypto survivors. Ever wake up to a portfolio that's more red than a Bitcoin bear market bloodbath? Watching gas fees eat your lunch, playing Solana, rug pull roulette, or staking atomic dust in the cosmos? Lambo dreams crushed under margin calls. Yacht vibes? Nah, that's just you in sweatpants, doom scrolling crypto Twitter, muttering, "We're all gonna make it," into your empty ramen bowl. Well, roll up at the next conference in the Bag Hodler Buggy, a thrifty ride for degens who trade wins for wisdom. This economy clunker is the only street legal vehicle powered by recycled Bitcoin mining rigs. You can pre-order one right now for under $10,000 because your bag's already bankrupted you. Why Bag Hodler? Lambos are for paper-handed posers. This keeps you humble on the road to recovery. Ideal for bear market commutes to the job you swore you'd quit, or networking at crypto AA meetings. Grounded is better than being mooned. Score a Bag Hodler Buggy at baghodlerbuggy.com. Link in the bio. Duh. Trade on, you battle-hardened bag lords, to the bros building character. Clink, clink, clink. Bag Hodler Buggy.
You know, I'm all over it. I'm all over it. No, I think that's excellent, man.
Maybe we should give one away next time. Next week we'll give one away.
Next week we'll give one away. Be sure to tune in.
I'll
you don't want to miss
I'll
us.
see if we can get one.
Yeah.
I'll ask Grok if we can give one away.
I maybe we ask Grok. Yeah, certainly ask Grok because he would know. All right, Bell. Questions, comments, concerns, observations. What do we got? Have some fun. Come on.
All right, Sigia fan, what is everyone drinking tonight?
Joe is probably drinking nothing because he's a father of 3.
I've got a DGen draft right here.
He's got a DGen draft. I am drinking 13th Colony Distilleries cask strength bourbon, and I don't know what Bell's drinking.
I am drinking Horse Soldier Premium.
Horse Soldier Premium. Hope that answered the question. Carry on, Bell.
All right, so Braden, do you guys have cherry Pepsi instead of booze?
No. I don't understand the question. We'll carry on.
You were
get to work.
talking
Get to work.
That's a good one.
Why is he even on here, man? Get to work.
because he's trying to support his bosses while they do a live stream. I'll give him some credit for that.
You know what? I guarantee you Reese is listening and coding at the same time. I guarantee you he's coding something right now. An app, right, bro? An app, a mobile app, a mobile Web3 crypto app you can put on your phone, right? Go ahead, Bell.
All right, Deep House Nation, Adam 2?
I'll let Joe take that one.
I missed Adam 2 what? It's Adam Classic. You have Adam Classic over here. That's the one that's down 99.9%. And then you have ATONE. That's the Adam 1. That's the original Cosmos Dream. That's the one where the founder cares about the token, cares about the community, and actually has real verified females in the Telegram.
7.
That's Adam 1, not Adam Classic, y'all.
7 of them. There you go, guys. Everything you needed to know.
And Rose. There's 8. Rose is in there too.
All right, we got to get Bell in there. We'll go to 9. That's like all kinds of a record right there, man. I mean, that's it. 9 females all together at one time. That's what's been missing from crypto all this time, because we're not busy enough sniping at each other. We need to get some women in the mix. You get some women in the mix, get some of that sexual tension. That's what we need to really, really turn this space completely on its fucking ear, man. I'm ready for that. Carry on, Bell.
Siggy fan, know nothing about ATONE so far. This was before Reese chimed in.
Okay.
So excuse if this is an ignorant question. Will Atom-capable wallets work on it, or will all new wallets be needed? If it's a fork, they work on both, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Joe?
I've actually never transacted on the chain. I bought the tokens on Osmosis.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck, man?
Hey, listen.
Oh, God.
I'll test it out and I'll let you know. But I'm guessing I could use Leap. Oh yeah, I can use Leap because I claim my airdrop with either Kepler or Leap or both. So yeah,
There
the answer is yes.
was an airdrop?
Yep.
Okay. I maybe I have some. I don't care. I'm not going to look. It doesn't matter to me. Go ahead. Carry on, Bell.
All right. So next one coming in from G Torres. ATONE has 5 million in liquidity on Osmosis. I'm only including the USDC, Atom, and Bitcoin pairs.
All right. Is it 5 million, Joe? I thought you said it was 1 million.
I missed the Bitcoin pair.
You suck at this, dude. What
who the hell
fuck are
supplied
you-
that?
I don't know. Reese did it. He's a millionaire. He's a really, really wealthy young guy.
They're right. There's a I was actually looking at the wrong column here. By the way, the Osmosis UI has gotten so confusing, it's now indiscernible from all the other dexes that I don't like.
Osmosis
they're right.
is-
It's 3.5. It's like 4 million in liquidity, but some of that is paired with Photon.
Well, that
I don't
can-
even.
that
The
can-
Bitcoin pool's only $100,000. That's nothing.
That
There's
but
nothing.
yeah, that completely justifies the $300 or $270 million valuation. I mean, there's 3 or 4 million there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good to go. Carry on, Bell.
I mean,
all-
100,000
everything-
100,000 in that pool, actually, that's like 5 months of runway for us. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
We're-
Really?
We're burning about $25,000 a month building Sigya. So sure, it's gonna work great. Go ahead, Bell.
All right. So Mackenzie, income versus expenditures. That's too difficult to understand.
Yeah, we don't really talk about that in the crypto world. It scares people. When I mention that, I get called a boomer. I just say it's math, but we don't like math.
Mhm.
The question that I have for everybody out here, and I've been thinking about this for about 3 days now. Does the car itself have to physically move 88 miles per hour? Or does the speedometer simply have to tack 88 miles per hour? Which of these two things has to occur? That's my question for the audience. Go ahead and carry on, Bell.
All right, Siggy fan. I think we need some of Scott's rants given to AI to make into songs.
Fucking AI. Oh my God. Bell and I have been out week after week after week. That's why we're not live as much as we're going to be live the whole rest of the week, by the way, guys. We're in town. Fully 60 to 70% of everything that we run into out there. And we're going to Web 2 conferences, not Web 3. Web 3 conferences suck. All right. And there's no interest. But conferences where we are going, and there is a lot of interest in our product, 60, 70% of everybody we talk to is some form of AI platform. Now, that works for us because that's a lot of data, and we're in the data business, so that works out just fine. But the AI market itself, from the Web 2 standpoint, is beyond saturated. It is beyond saturated. But the overhead is so low that it's nothing to spin up an AI something or other, some kind of bizarre AI solution. And 90% of everything we talk to, Bell, tell me if I'm right or wrong, are advertising. It's how to advertise or SEO or something like that. Everything out there is advertising. It's all AI, and that is what's going. You got about 2 years on this. There's about 2 years before the market is so fucking saturated, nobody cares anymore. It's a bubble. It is
It's
100%
already
a bubble.
saturated.
Yes. I just want to make sure that I'm on record. So 2 years from now, we come up and
Yeah.
say everything's fucking AI. It's a bubble. People are marketing. They're capitalizing on it right now as much as they can. And then they will move on to the next thing. Bell, carry on, please.
All right. So, G Torres, Scott, what are the chances Jackal goes from 2 cents to 6 cents in your opinion? If the chain goes back to functioning as intended, use percentage, please.
From my perspective, are you basing this? You put me in a tough spot here, Carlos, man. You know, we don't really talk about that. We don't discuss token or price action or any of that other stuff. You understand that I cannot do it in regards to Jackal. And I think you know why. Let me just leave it here. I have not changed my position ever in regards to Jackal. And I'm just going to leave it there. I know what you're asking, bro, but you know I'm not going to say it. That's not my position. It's not my fucking job. All right, if you want to know about Jackal, ask Jackal. If you want to know, am I changing anything or my perception or the way that I view Jackal or the way that Sigia utilizes it? No, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Belle, you got something to add on that? Go ahead and add on to it.
I do. I've I've been reading the chat in both telegrams, the Jackal proper telegram and the unofficial price chat.
Yeah, I'm not in that one.
I I do I do understand the frustration when you don't understand what's going on. I do understand that people are frustrated with the network being down. One of the questions I've been asked frequently is, okay, well, or I have seen frequently rather, has been, why didn't you guys, test this on testnet? I'm pretty sure they have. However, the problem with testnet is the storage providers up on testnet are reliable. The reason I can weigh in on that bit is Scott and I used to run a storage provider on the Jackal testnet for this exact purpose.
And it was hot, man. That was a hot
It was
system.
hot.
Yeah.
It was a hot system. The quality of the storage providers on the Jackal testnet are not the same as what they are on mainnet. So, okay, Jackal network on the testnet, it doesn't show any signs of the initial memory leak problem. It gets to mainnet and it does. Okay, there's only so much you can predict in testnet. When you go to mainnet, that's when you really find out what's going to happen. Now, they are nose down working on a fix. My dev team has actually been in communication with them, trying to work through that on Sigia's behalf. We use Jackal, so they have a vested interest in making sure this works. You cannot predict what's going to happen when your network does allow does allow for individual configurations of the hardware that they've got under their desk, or they're leasing from a data center that doesn't have a template. Human error occurs. You cannot take into account human error.
Sigia Cloud has 500 terabytes of data that were storage providers that were really ready to spin up right this very second, plus 2x on top of that for approximately 1.5 petabytes. We're prepared to do that because we know what we need, because we know what you don't know. We build in absolute, not silence. We are as open and honest about every single goddamn thing that we're doing out here. We do not want to have to do this. But if the network or if the Web3 crowd is not going to be able to support that, we're going to do it ourselves. We don't want to have to do that. But we also know how much data storage that we're going to need. So, Carlos, you're a big fan of math. Do the math yourself. Aside from the token cost, what's going to do, make it go up, organic growth, you know everything that we know. So do the math, crunch it down. But we're prepared to spin up about 1.5 petabytes because we have a pretty good idea of what we're going to need when we actually do launch. Hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on.
All right, new type. Has anyone on the panel, including Reese, even though he's not on the stream with us, looked into Zion? I think they're using Cosmos SDK to build abstracted apps.
Okay. No, I have not. Joe, you?
Nope. I talked to Reese about another app that he was involved in. It was like a type of predictions market. I don't think it was called Zion, but I'll double check. It looked pretty cool because you could influence the outcome up until the event. So it was like a tug of war kind of thing, and then one side gets paid off.
I
So
I love the
interesting.
I love the prediction market stuff, dude. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button.
How do you not?
Oh, well,
It's
I
great.
saw the South Park episode. Is Kyle's mom gonna bomb Palestine? That I saw that South Park episode, and man, they got it up to like 90% via prediction markets that Kyle's mom was gonna go and bomb a hospital in Palestine. I love this shit. I love anything to do with that. And as soon as South Park picks up on it, it's a thing. So yeah, more prediction markets because this market is not even close to saturated yet. We need a lot more of this. Go ahead, carry on, Bell.
All right, new type. Girls look great, Belle. We need them in bear markets.
I don't know what that means.
I do. And yeah, I'm flattered, new type. Thank you.
Okay. Do my girls look great? Or he wasn't talking to me, was he? This is something I'm not aware of what's going on here, do I?
Yeah, no, you
Okay.
don't need to know.
All right.
All
well, go
right.
ahead,
So
carry on.
anyway, new type. The car has to reach 88 miles per hour. They proved this in the third film, I believe, when they had to push the DeLorean with the train.
Yeah, but you know, is it? It doesn't make sense. All right, a lot of that doesn't make sense. Is it the axles? Is it the tires? Is it the physical car? And if it's the physical car, what part of the car has to reach 88 miles per hour? I mean, is it the entire thing has to go? I've been struggling with this. I've really been. What if you took the DeLorean and dropped it out of a fucking plane? It's going to reach terminal velocity, which is approximately 200 miles per hour, assuming that it goes nose down, so it's more aerodynamic. Is that fucking thing going to go back in time? And if it goes back in time, will it be in the same location? So if you dropped it out of an airplane to get it up to 88, when it goes back to 1955, is it still 8,000 feet above the earth? But now it's still there's a lot of, I have a lot of questions, is what I'm saying. Or is this more akin to folding space, movement without movement? I'm okay with that. I buy that one. The only thing I don't like is, you know what? Wow. I really need some sleep. I think that's where I'm going to go with that one, Belle. I really need some sleep. I've been struggling with this. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right, so that was the last question for the moment.
Oh.
Now we can get to the no shit there we were story that we had from last week and haven't touched on.
Is that one ours or Joe's?
That one's ours,
Well,
and
you got
Joe
the
is
screen.
welcome to chime in.
You got the big screen, Belle. Go for it.
All right, so no shit, there we were, exactly a week ago in Bentonville, Arkansas. We're participating in an accelerator event. And they, the first part of it is networking. That's their own thing. So the first half of it is networking. The second part of it, okay, you've got different companies presenting what they've been working on that they've used the funding from the accelerator program to push. One of those was brought to you by a company called Appellate. It's called Astro. This is a primary example of a product looking for a problem to solve. This one, the whole purpose of this application is so police officers don't have to fill out actual paperwork to have your vehicle towed.
Yeah, this was something. It felt very crypto-ish. It's a solution looking for a problem. Up till now, I like to think, man, if you need a car hooked, and I know Joe can pipe in on this one, man, because it's fucking New York, and I know those records are running 24/7, 365. But right now, it seems like it's kind of doing okay. Now, one of my takeaways from this is one of the two people I got to talk to there. One of them was, this guy was named, I think it was John James. Was that his name, Joe? Bell? He was a keynote.
Yes, that was his name.
This guy bought into Apogee. He wrote the very first check for Apogee. And if you guys, I know you know the name. He wrote the very first check there of $140,000, and they cashed that thing out at $500 million. Now that's big because that's real money. That's not bullshit crypto money with our bloated TVLs and our bloated up ATONE type worth $270 million, but it's only got $5 million of liquidity. This is actual real money. And I got to talk to that guy, and I got to talk to his partner, and I explained what we're doing here and who we are going up against and what we are doing, our solution to a real world problem and what we do. And the only thing that guy said, he said two things. He said, one, I'd like to talk to you offline, and I'd love that. We're not looking for investors, by the way. We're good. But he said, swing big. He said, take big swings. That's how you change everything, is by taking very big swings. And the fact that we're going after Messenger and that we're going after Dropbox and that we're going after iCloud, it intrigued him. Absolutely intrigued him. So it made us, if nothing else, it made me and Bell really feel like we were on the right track, because he was like, yeah, that's where you want to be. But yeah, aside from that, every other person that was standing up there doing their pitches was AI. That was it. Our AI solution to whatever. It doesn't really matter what it is. We don't need
The only product there that actually intrigued me was using AI for the purposes of logistics to simplify that. And they formed just before COVID hit.
Yeah,
That was the only one that really made me go, okay, practical application here.
yeah, and anything having to do with logistics is going to have a nice monetary side of it. It is. We've had 2 outages in the last 3 weeks of Amazon Web Services.
3.
3. I'm sorry. We've had 3 outages in the last couple of weeks. We've had the shock, which was them going down, and then we have the aftershock, which we still haven't sorted out. Now, this is a problem that blockchain can solve, but for some reason, we don't want to get into that. We'd rather build a place for builders to build. That's blockchain in a nutshell. Joe, listen up here, because you know I'm right. We are all about building a place for builders to build, because we have no original ideas. That seems to be where we are. And considering that, I know crypto's still very, very new, but it really isn't. All right, 7, 8, 9 years that we've had all of these strip malls with no stores in them, and nothing's changed. It's been years and years and years, and absolutely nothing's changed. Now, I would love to know Joe's take on this, so that I'm not the only one up here being an absolute asshole about this. But Joe, what has changed in the last 7, 8, or 9 years in crypto, aside from the fact that Bitcoin's higher, Ethereum's higher, and there's a top 25, and everybody else out here is effectively fucked? I think Adam's sitting at what, like 90 now? 90, 95, something like that, as far as the top 100 tokens. And this time 2 years ago, dude, it was number 24. So it was there. And in the 2 years that we've had between Skip and ICF and ICL and all the other leadership, all you've done is move that token from 24 down to 95. That's all you've done in 2 years. But your answer to this is to double down on stupid. And let me tell you the result of that. You'll go lower, period. You cannot keep doubling down on stupid and expecting different results. Joe, I would love your take on that. This is the time to go ahead and lose your shit, even though you're not that kind of guy. Joe.
Is that what I look like?
No.
There I am.
You were hot. Your girls look great, Joe. Your girls look fantastic, man.
It goes back to what you said before. They're not asking, what customers actually want, or identifying what they actually need, and then taking it to the next step. Where can this technology make it better, not just different, better than what already exists in TradFi, Web2, whatever the product is? Your question, the last 7 years, what's changed? I'll tell you what's changed. Infrastructure has been overbuilt to the point where no one uses it. The whole point of having blocks is to contain transactions, and those transactions are sacred. Once they're verified into a block, there's supposed to be some kind of expenditure to get those transactions into the block, because they're important. Ethereum, first mover advantage, they attracted a ton of liquidity and a ton of good DeFi primitives in the beginning of their existence. No one has been able to come close to what Ethereum has done, even though every dev who builds outside of Ethereum will tell you that the Ethereum tech sucks. Guess what? No one's buying the tech. People want to buy apps, and big players want liquidity. Ethereum has both. What teams have done the last 6 years is they looked at Ethereum and they're like, oh my God, when a lot of people use that, the gas fees are expensive because the transactions are valuable and the block space is a commodity. Let's do the opposite. Let's mint our token into oblivion and let's make the block space virtually free. That way we could have wash trading and bots and spam on our chain, and then we can go, look, 500,000 daily active users. That's what's changed in the last 6 years. Block space has become worthless outside of Ethereum and Solana at times. And no one's been able to offset their own inflation. They pay themselves up front before they complete even a fraction of their roadmap. And they've used blockchain tech to copy paste what came before. This is especially true in the Atom Classic ecosystem. People take the Cosmos tech, they spin up a chain, and they use that tech to launch tokens. That's all there is. They flooded the space with block space and tokens that no one wants, not even them, because no one's buying their own token except for one person, Jaquan, who we talked about. That's enough to make ATONE interesting, regardless of utility, regardless of, competition. It's interesting because the issuer of the token actually wants to buy the token. There you go.
And okay, so that's it then, right? It's
that's it. The Cosmos SDK,
the
the Atom Classic tech, it's been used to make tokens. It hasn't been used to do anything. Privacy's barely, the surface has barely been scratched. There are no applications worthwhile. There are some DeFi primitives, but most are forked or copied from what existed on Ethereum, and they can't get enough sticky liquidity there to make it last. Big players are not going to go to some obscure chain where they have to hop through 5 bridges to use a DEX that only has $1 million worth of liquidity. They're going to say, you know what? I'll just use Uniswap. It's right here. I can get to it from a centralized exchange. Hell, I could use my credit card and load my MetaMask. That's what people are going to do. These obscure chains, unless they actually built something useful and they could market it and create demand, they're going to go away. And if they don't go away, the token's going to go away.
Well, and that's the funny thing, though, bro. You know this. The token never goes away. You know how I can prove that?
Well,
go on to Osmosis right now and see if you can buy SIF chain tokens. Yeah, because you can. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Aside from all the hate that Ethereum gets, Base gets a lot of hate. But Base proved what all the devs don't want you to know, right? In the Wizard of Oz, when he's behind the curtain, pay no attention to the... Don't look at that blockchain that doesn't have a token but generates a ton of fees. Pay no attention to Base. That's the exact same thing. Every other chain is using inflation to subsidize fake activity and spam. Solana's doing it for sure. Sui is doing it. All these chains that claim to have 1 million daily active users, they don't even have 10,000 daily active users. They might have 1 million bot wallets on any given day, but they can have that because the validators are not relying on gas fees to fund their nodes. Inflation's just getting paid out, and you need buying to offset that. Otherwise, it's a ticking time bomb. So, yeah, Ethereum Base, Solana at times, and Binance is every time someone points out Binance, I'm like, oh yeah, you can't really forget about Binance. But those are the 4. Other than that, how many apps are on your phone, Scott?
Me? 4.
How many crypto apps are on your phone right now?
4.
4. So Bitcoin white paper, 2009, or Bitcoin was launched 2009. This guy's got 4 apps on his phone, and he's a builder in the space. Tells you all you need to know.
I have on my phone is an app called Audius, which is a pretty cool fucking app. It's free to download, Joe. You should really take a look at it. I have a VPN called Orchid, which is actually a really good, solid VPN, dude. I have no problem with that.
That's been around.
I have an app on there called Sigia. You might have heard of it because I fucking send you files on it, so I assume it's on your phone as well. I still have a Dust app on there called Alter, which, believe it or not, still functions. Alter still works. They were ahead. They did it wrong. They
left.
They cashed out. They left. They laid it out, but it was actually,
They took a beating.
Yeah. But it was
They were buying their own token too.
yeah, but it was
And,
actually a good, solid idea. I had no issue with Alter. It's still on my phone.
Yeah.
Even though we had one of our pocket devs like blew them up, and it took him like 5 minutes to do it. Their security was shit. Reese, you should have had to go at him. It would have been funny. And let me see, what's my fourth app? No, that is my fourth app. All right, we got Audius, we got Sigia, we got Orchid, and we got Alter. So I at least have 4 apps. How many?
So in mobile and line.
Oh, and mobile. I forgot about N Mobile, and I forgot about Line.
What's
so
that?
I have 6. N Mobile? Are you asking me what N Mobile is?
Yeah, what is it?
Oh my god, I ain't got time to explain this right now, man. But
So it's a
hit you up
mobile app.
offline. No, it's a pretty good one, man. It's an actual privacy chat app. They didn't do it real well, and Sigia Talk is going to do it better. They abandoned it, but it's still up. There's a validator. It's still functioning. You can still purchase the token. If you type N Mobile into CoinGecko, you're going to see it. There is still a token up there for it. So it was a good idea that they abandoned. And I understand why, because crypto people, for all of our talk about privacy, don't really care about privacy. We want nothing to do with it. It makes it
unbelievable.
It is what it is, man. Ethos is a talking point, because the big problem with Web3 across the board is nobody has any idea how to distribute, and tech without distribution.
Isn't it
is nothing.
crazy though? You bring up privacy. Founders, devs, and those looking to dump tokens in a secretive way, they just move their tokens onto a centralized exchange. That's how they get their privacy.
Yeah.
And then they could dump it, unload.
Yes, because and it is what it is, man. Welcome to the space, dude. It's brutal. Jeff, if you tuned in and made it all the way to the end, yeah, man, you're pretty well. You're not fucked. The only thing that you're really heavy in is something that I'm heavy in. You're gonna be okay. Everybody else out here, I think you're screwed. I mean, just all the way up and down. Anyway, Bell, if we got nothing else, Joe, we got nothing else. We ran 90 minutes. I wasn't intending to go 90 minutes.
And
I just feel like I'm just getting started. I could keep going here. But whatever you got left, Bell, go ahead and belt them out, and we'll move on because we're going to go live again tomorrow.
all right, so new type. That's tough. I know, because some states like Texas, for example, consider your car and your property as if it were your house.
Okay. I got
Talking about Astro and the pitch we had to listen to, the presentation we had to listen to in Bentonville.
They're going to fail. They're going to fail hard. He did put as part of his pitch that they're opening up their Series A if anybody's interested. I'm going to go on record here and say nobody's going to fill that. Your Series A is going to be sitting out there for a long, long time, bro. You're not a solution, man. You're not. It works now. All right, my car still gets fucking towed.
You're a solution looking for a problem. You are marketing that to the wrong people.
And particularly there. Anyway, go ahead, carry on, Bell.
All right, so the neck. I have the Bible on Sigia.
Yes, you do, because I sent it to you.
You do.
And it'll never go away, man.
He sent a copy to, everyone.
Everybody that I had in my contact list. By the way, we have contact lists now. All of our quality of life fixes are in. So contact lists, that means you want to share a file. Click this, click your contact list that you created. It'll go out to everybody in a single click. The website's getting a revamp because everybody wants drag and drop. So we're going to make sure drag and drop is in there. All the fun stuff that just makes an app fun and efficient to use. All of that's going in. All the quality of life stuff is in right now. We're waiting one little second until Jackal gets her. Though it's killing our overflow right now. That's all it is, because we can't push anything up. Nobody can push anything up. They'll get it fixed. We're back. We're online. Everything's good to go. But yeah, Sigia Cloud. We're hoping Friday we can drop you guys a new APK, IPK, new website, all that other stuff. Hoping Friday. We might make it, we might not. But the good news about this is that it doesn't cost you shit. And the referral program is in place now. Nice and easy. You refer anybody, we give you 20 gigs. That's it. There's no cap on that. If you refer 100 people, you got 2 terabytes. You ain't paying shit for it. So we assume all early adopters of Sigio Cloud will never actually pay us $1, but it makes our customer cost of acquisition very, very cheap. Indy just came out, Bell. Indy came out into the garage. This is my downstairs cat. She never leaves, but she just came out into the studio here. That was interesting. Anyway, carry on, Bell, please.
New type. Joe might like this. I have the Courtyard app where I can trade Pokemon cards on chain. Does that count, Scott?
Are you giggling, Joe? Go ahead. You answer this one.
Because I replied to him already, and now I'm going to get burned because everyone. I said I've never seen or held a Pokemon card in my hand ever in my life. I don't know what they look like. I've never touched one. I don't. Where do they sell them? I have no idea.
You know, it's funny you say that, dude, because I have 4 boxes of trading cards, and 2 of those were the original release of the Pokemon. So the very first time Pokemon hit the shelves, I bought 2 whole boxes of them. There's 24 packs.
I can respect that from a collector's standpoint.
Yeah, and that's why I bought them, because you never know with these things, dude. Of course. I have hundreds of boxes of shit that went nowhere, but it turns out that those initial release of Pokemon cards are quite valuable. Mm-hmm. And I've
got something you might like too.
And I also have 2 boxes of unopened Magic the Gathering version 1.
Never saw one of those in my life either.
Version
no idea
1,
what that is.
From what I understand.
Version 1?
Yeah, Version 1. They're unopened. I haven't touched them. I haven't looked. I don't know what they
unopened virgin cards.
Yeah, I haven't. But from what I understand, they're very, very valuable. So I have 2 boxes.
Someone spiked my DGen draft over here.
I have 2 boxes of Magic the Gathering First Edition, and I have 2 boxes of Pokemon unopened. I haven't even opened the box itself of First Edition Pokemon.
I've got something that you'd be very interested in if you want me to tell you, or I could tell you offline, so you don't giggle like a little kid.
No, go ahead and tell me, man. Why not?
Who's like a well-known baseball player who maybe their rookie year was 1989?
Oh fuck, dude. No.
I've got a Griffey rookie.
No, you don't have a Griffey rookie, dude.
In a sealed box.
You're full of shit, man. Why do you gotta?
I've never opened it.
You don't have.
I have the full set. I'll take a picture of it. I'm going to my parents' house on Sunday.
Yeah, take a picture.
And they have a closet with all me and my brother's comic books.
You have an 89 cards. Griffey card unopened.
I have an 89 box set of the whole set, and Griffey's rookie is in there. I'm afraid to open it.
So you got an 89 Griffey.
Yeah. And then I have the 90 box set. I don't know who's in 90.
I think you're full of shit on that one, man.
Was Manny Ramirez then? Let me see.
Ramirez, and then A-Rod wasn't too far after that, dude.
I don't think it was Oh no, he was 94.
94. But that's not too far after that. Do you got an A-Rod card? You got a 94 A-Rod?
I do not. I stopped collecting cards.
Wearing the Mariners uniform and shit like that.
I've got Sandy Alomar was in that. He just passed away, right? John Olerud rookie, another Mariner. So I got.
What is
Griffey
it with you and the
Olerud.
Mariners, dude? You don't even like the Mariners.
I just Googled who was a rookie and notable rookies, 89, 90. So Larry Walker, Frank Thomas, John Olerud, Sandy Alomar Jr.
Frank Thomas, the big hurt. Frank Thomas.
I have a sealed box set for 1990 also. And 89, Griffey, Sheffield, Randy Johnson.
No, you do not have that. You got the big.
It's in the box set. What don't you understand?
All right, I'll give you $10,000 right now for the box. This second,
I'll see. I'll double check.
No. This very second. If you got the Griffey big unit in that thing, I'll give you $10,000.
I'm a hodler, man.
I will transfer.
I'm driving my bag hodler buggy with my hodled baseball.
Right after the show, I'll transfer you $10,000. You send me those boxes. You don't have them. You don't have them.
I have them in plastic,
Joe,
unopened.
You don't have to lie to me, dude. You lie to girls so that they'll have sex with you. That's what you do. Do you guys not know this shit in New York? That's how it is. All right? You don't lie to your buddies. You lie to girls, and then they'll have sex with you. That's it. I've
never lied to my friends.
Oh, my God. I think you might be doing a little bit of it right now. Bell's dying. Go ahead, Bell. Whatever's left, go ahead and get it out. We went way long.
All right. New type. Who's that Asian guy on the Dodgers?
Which Asian guy?
They have all the
They have all of the Asian guys are on the Dodgers. Which one? We talking?
And they're all like awesome.
We talking Yamamoto? We talking fuck, what's his name? Ochiro? Who are we talking about here, bro? Which one?
Otani?
Otani,
Is
the
that
guy
you're looking for?
who's hitting 3 home runs in the goddamn World Series. Is that the guy we're talking about? You got to
He's pretty good.
elaborate on that. Pretty good. You bet. His first bomb was 440 feet. He's a fucking pitcher. Dick. I'm sorry, man. They take too much away from everything else. If you're gonna be a pitcher, be a pitcher. Don't hit. But yet he's up there hitting 3 fucking home runs in a single game. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
All right. So, yeah, new type responding. Oh, yeah, Otani. And Eric chiming in with Ochiro.
Ochiro. I mean, they're all Dodgers. Every one of these
Yeah.
fucking guys are Dodgers, man. It's
Hideo Nomo was the first
Hideo
one. I think he
Nomo.
was
Yeah.
awesome.
They don't. They.
Awesome.
I don't think LA recruits from colleges anymore, man. They go straight to Japan. So anyway,
Why bother?
yeah. Carry on, Bill.
All right, and Eric the Neck asking you to send him a pic of the Magic the Gathering packs. Magic the Gathering packs.
Yeah, dude. You want me to stack the Pokemon cards off them? I have a pretty good idea what those boxes are worth. I have a very good idea what those boxes are worth. So, yeah, man, I'll stack them all up. I'll send you a picture. And then what are you going to do with that picture, dude? You going to turn it into an NFT? Are you going to post my address on it in case somebody wants to come and rob me? Is that what we're going with there? The Neck is funny. Hey, Neck, as long as you're on here, dude. Hey, you want to jump on the stream tomorrow? Would you like to come on the stream tomorrow? 1800 Central. Don't give any bullshit. Let's have some fun. Bell, carry on.
All right, that was actually the last question.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and wrap it up. We went a little bit long here, and we went far afield of what we were actually going to talk about.
It's what we do best.
That's what we do best. Is we chase a squirrel. Belle has one on her desk. Just to remind, she holds it up when I'm really running loose. But we haven't gotten up here in a while. From a crypto standpoint, most of you are screwed. If you're in the Cosmos, you're screwed all the way. It really doesn't matter what you're in. You're probably screwed all the way unless you're in something like a Cash, Jackal. I'm trying to think of what other worthwhile chains exist over here right now. I don't know. Reese explained what ATONE does, and I think that sounds very, very novel. Now go find people to build apps because it's real easy to spin up an L1. We have a lot of them over here. Now find someone who's willing to use it. That seems to be where.
Well, if he said websites on chain, seems like they might need some compute, some storage. I don't know if you could have a conversation with Jay about that.
Or a reason to have a website on chain. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of where I'm going with
Well,
this.
if you're running media, you're running something, maybe it needs some, well, a cache in the background. You don't need another chain, right?
No. So, okay, let's pretend you're running media. What media? Joe, go. What media are you using that's Web3 related?
When I made a GeoCities site, it scrolled up like the beginning of Star Wars. And it took a lot of compute at that time.
You had to go back to
1980.
GeoCities. Yeah, I got that sitting there, dude. It's right next to my MySpace profile, which is still active, by the way. Which is still active.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
How do you find your old?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. Nothing disappears out here. Nothing.
Was it myspace.com?
I don't even remember, dude. It's a long time ago. All right. Anyway, appreciate it, guys. Belle and I are going to be back tomorrow. Belle will tell you all about it. Let's see if we can get the Neck on here and just to have a nice philosophical conversation. Very, very similar to the one that we're having right now. I think it'd be fun. Joe, you're welcome back if you want to jump in on that. I think it'd be a hoot. Had a wonderful time,
I'm
guys.
good.
Appreciate it. That's Joe's way of saying no. I've spent a day with you, and that's all you get. Fuck you. All right, Joe.
I'm joking.
I don't like you either, dude. All right. Look, and I'm taller than you. I don't get to say
Most,
that. I don't get to say that about a lot of people. So that's
most dudes that get along don't like each other.
Wonderful time, guys. Joe, take 30 seconds, shill ATONE, and then we're gonna turn it over to Belle. She's gonna talk us up, take us out. Wonderful time. Go ahead, Joe.
Keep an eye on ATONE. Jump into that Telegram chat if you're interested. It's the only fun thing happening in the Cosmos ecosystem. Remember, it's not Atom Classic, it's ATONE. And want to thank the sponsors, Sigia, right? Your data, your storage, private to you and whoever you choose to share it with. And then we had our new sponsor, not DGen Draft, although they are a channel sponsor, but we had the bag hodler buggy.
Back on Jesus Christ.
We'll give one away maybe next week, and then we have another sponsor next week. It looks like, according to my grok over here.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Joe Bell. If you could, please critique the show, talk us up, talk us out. You know what to do.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions you send our way. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. In between now and then, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to either Scott or myself, Scott@thepodcast.com or Bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.